This is Vargas recording once again in the Work in Process movie room. And speaking of movies, I wanted to share with you guys the movie pickups for this week of Movie Fruit Bazaar and Flea Market. Went to Movie Fruit Bazaar, didn't go too crazy because there's a couple of stuff that I need to do. So I just bought a few, but I was able to pick up some extra movies. So first off, from this in this snapper case version, the Clint Eastwood collection in the Gauntlet. Have not seen this one actually. I thought it was a Dirty Harry, but it kind of sounds like Dirty Harry from the back, but he's a different cop. He still plays a cop called. Clint Eastwood still plays a cop, but he's not Harry. He's Ben Shockley, and he has to protect a witness, and a whole bunch of people wanna off that witness on him along with it. So sounds interesting. Also picked up from the same Snapper Case collection, Clint Eastwood and the Pale Rider, and I think a lot of people relate Clint Eastwood with westerns from the For a Few Dollars More, A Fistful of Dollars, The Good and Bad and the Ugly. So Unforgiven, it's another good one. So he's been in a couple of westerns, and it's the genre I think it fits him best. One thing I don't get is why they never. I'm not a big fan of remakes, but Hugh Jackman, the guy that played Wolverine, kind of looks like Clint Eastwood. He could totally do a remake of an old western movie. I honestly don't know why they haven't tapped into that. I usually, again, don't advocate remakes, but he could do like he could play Clint Eastwood in one of those type of movies. I don't know why they didn't do that. Also picked up a double feature with The Dirty Dozen, The Deadly Mission, and The Dirty Dozen, The Fatal Mission. This is kind of like the Suicide Squad. In war, they would take people and go on suicide missions. This is actually, it's a form, to my knowledge, it's a form film series. This is 3 and 4, so I'm missing 1 and 2. But hopefully I'll be able to pick them up later on. Picked up the first Urban Legend, because there was like 3 of these. This is when Scream came out and they wanted to do all these kind of like teenage horror movies, like I Know What You Did Last Summer and this one. But this one's like people die based on urban legends, so it is what it is. Picked up a single disc copy of Fantasia 2000. I have a 2-disc set of Fantasia 2000, the original Fantasia and Fantasia 2000, and then I picked up a single disc of Fantasia. Because that 2-disc set is kind of scratching, it skips, so I need to rebuy it. And I saw this one, it's in better shape, so this will replace that 2-disc set that I have because it skips. I've mentioned this before, my favorite movie of all time is The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I already own 2 versions of The Nightmare Before Christmas. One in Spanish, because the English version that I also own doesn't have a Spanish track. So I bought that one because it's in Spanish, and I bought this one too. This is the remastered version of A Nightmare Before Christmas, because the one I have is the original DVD release, but then they remastered it and released it again. So yeah, it's supposedly digitally restored and remastered with state-of-the-art technology to make it look even better. So I have to pick it up. There's also a 25th anniversary Blu-ray out there that I would also like to get somewhere down the line, because I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's by far my favorite movie of all time. So this is another rebuy to replace a movie I have. This is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, which I already own. But again, the disc is not the best. I bought it at a flea market that time, and the slip thing here is beat up to hell. It's missing a part here, and on the back it's all wrinkly and stuff. So this is just an upgrade to the Godzilla movie I already own. Finally picked this one up. I know I could get the collection on Blu-ray, but that even when it's on sale at Walmart, it still runs like $50, and I don't have $50 to spend. I found the DVD disc of Aliens 3. A lot of people don't like this one, and it's not as good as 1 or 2, definitely. It's a lot more of a downer movie because what happens to Newt and Hicks and Bishop, and Ripley's all alone in this planet full of prisoners, and she's the only female in the planet full of males, and it gets really disturbing and dark. And in the end, she dies. Spoiler alert. But and it goes from a lot of aliens to one alien again. And it has a whole bunch of production issues, some behind the scenes stuff that is talked about. But I think it's pretty good. It's better than Resurrection, and even Resurrection, I like parts of it. I like Ron Perlman. There's things in Resurrection I like, but this one's better than Resurrection. But the original two are better than everything that's come out. Also, really happy to find this one finally. It's Darkman from Sam Raimi, starring Liam Neeson as the scientist that gets blown to shit, and then he has this procedure done to him that kills his nervous receptors, so he can't feel pain. But he has this liquid skin that he can look like anyone else, but it deteriorates after an hour. Really, really good movie from Sam Raimi. The guy that did Evil Dead, of course. Really, really recommend that one, and I'm super happy to finally add that. Already have this one. I bought this one in a 2-pack a while ago. I don't actually know if I've talked about that one, because I have a pile of movies here I need to talk about. But this is Jacob the Liar, starring Robin Williams, the single disc version, but it has more special features that release does not have. So I picked it up because of that. So not my type of movie. I mentioned this before, like the Boy with the Striped Pajamas and Life is Beautiful. It's those concentration camp movies that are really depressing, but it's Robin Williams, and I like Robin Williams, so I picked it up again. Also want to complete the collection of this. I picked up Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Water, Volume 2. I love Avatar. It's a great anime, and I'm still missing a couple of sets of that. Picked up a movie that is hated because it's not the best from Oliver Stone, but this is Savages, the unrated version. It has good things in it. I think Salma Hayek and Benicio del Toro are good in it. It has a weird ending that I won't spoil, but that's just weird. But I got it cheap, so whatever. Picked up Exodus, Gods and Kings, the retelling of Moses with Christian Bale. So, does it need a remake? Well, no. The Ten Commandments already exist. And Prince of Egypt, I think, is a better one. But it's a spectacle movie, and I don't own it, so I picked it up. A friend of mine from work is getting rid of some of his DVDs. Some of them I already own, so I'm not showcasing them here, but some I don't. This is one of them. This is Showtime with Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. It's a buddy cop movie, also starring William Shatner. I don't remember this being good, but I'll rewatch it and maybe my opinion will change. Another one I got from my buddy is The Adventures of Pluto Nash, another Eddie Murphy movie. I definitely remember this not being too good. Definitely remember this not being good, and it's considered one of the biggest movie bombs of all time, but it was free. For Movie Free Bazaar, I did pick up some movies. I picked up Primal, starring Nicolas Cage, because I love me some Cage. And I have not seen this one. I actually didn't even know this existed until he had it in his albums. So, yeah, that's the thing. That's the cool and annoying thing about collecting for Nicolas Cage. He always seems to come out with new movies that I don't know about. The one I do want to get and see is Color Out of Space. The one that's the adaptation from the H.P. Lovecraft movie. I want to get that one. Also, he had The Babadook. It's a really creepy movie I saw on Netflix, and I wanted to get physical release. Really, really creepy movie. It's a slow burn movie. If you like your jump scares, or your, just bam, bam, bam scares, you might not like this one, but it's kind of like the slow descent of a mom that it has to deal with this really annoying kid, but the mom starts going crazy because of this storybook called The Babadook, and you start worrying about the annoying kid. So really, really good movie. I highly recommend it. Picked up Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Say what you will about Tom Cruise, because I know a lot of people don't like him. The Mission Impossible movies are at least really awesome. They have some really cool stunts, and the characters are cool. I want to get also Fallout, which is the one with Henry Cavill, the guy that played Superman. Picked up Paul Newman in The Hustler, a classic pool movie that has a sequel called The Color of Money with Tom Cruise. Paul Newman plays the same character, but I've been trying to track a copy of this and a copy of Color of Money, so that'll be cool. Didn't know this was a 2-disc, but it's a 2-disc edition of All About Eve. I like these old movies. I think they're really cool, especially movies that are based on, kind of let you know the seedy side of Hollywood back then. All About Eve. I want to sit down and watch that one. Picked up the 3rd volume of the revamped Astro Boy. I remember watching this, and I loved it. And I'm missing... I only have Volume 1, need Volume 2. Picked up Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Water, Volume 5. There's 3 sets of these. There's Book 1, which is Water, Book 2, which is Earth, and Book 3, which is Fire, which is the last season. So I want to complete my Avatar, but I haven't seen any of the Earth ones for some reason. Picked up The Dead. It's a zombie outbreak movie set in Africa. So I want to see that one. And the last one I have is Tom Berger and Billy Zane in Sniper. Well, I haven't seen this one, but the reading on the back kind of lets me think it's like Enemy at the Gates, and I like Enemy at the Gates. So hoping this will be pretty cool. So yeah, that was the weekly DVD haul for the stuff that I picked up in flea markets and with Movie Freak Bazaar. I have realized, I mentioned this to my buddy Movie John, that I have become a DVD hoarder. I've gone beyond being a collector, and I'm just a hoarder in the sense that because I'm not in the movie room, I haven't had a chance to watch movies. And the kind of movies I like watching, I can't see with my kids because they have they're either a little bit too violent or too risque, according to my wife, or they're just flat out horror movies. And so but I do have to work on that. I do have to cut back on buying movies, and I actually have to get to watching some of these because of this whole pile, I haven't seen any one of the movies. I've talked about them because I've seen them before, but I haven't seen Sniper, I haven't seen The Dead, I haven't seen All About Eve, The Hustler, Primal. I want to actually sit down, watch the movies that I've bought, and watch as many as I can, and then buy. Of course, if I come across something that I'm missing, like Friday the 13th Part 5, Halloween Part 4, Return of the Living Dead 1, 2, and 3, a couple of Disney movies, and stuff like that, I'll definitely have to buy them, but I do have to streamline my collecting and only pick up stuff that I'm missing until I watch a whole bunch of stuff. Then I can, buy random stuff like Sniper or The Dead or something like that. So hopefully that will work. That's my New Year's resolution. Finish the movie room, watch more movies, and cut down on the movie collection. Because I'm, admitting a problem is the first step to resolving that. And I am admitting to all of you out there that I have become a DVD hoarder. And that is not a good feeling. I was happy being a DVD collector, which I still am. But I have become a hoarder because I have a whole bunch of movies that I bought and I have not had a chance to see. So that's my New Year's resolution for 2020. Actually, watch more movies, cut back on the movies until I watch at least 10% of the stuff that I've bought. I want to see, because I have a whole pile of movies that I still have to talk to you about, but I'll get that on later. Oh, after that little rant, thanks so much for watching, guys. Leave a comment, a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to leave. And until I see you all again, this was Vargas recording in Vargas Vol.342. Thanking you all and signing out.